Hey everyone, welcome to our Captify training session. It's great to have you here. It's Tom Murray here and I'm joined by Stuart Frank.
Hey guys, good to be here.
So we're both co-founders of Captify along with our partner Ayub, and you may also know us from other software that we put out into the marketplace. It's all focused around lead generation and conversions. So before we get started, let's just check you can all hear me and see my screen. So can you put a 1 in the comments or yes in the comments if you can hear me?
Okay, we're getting loads of ones coming in.
Yeah, that's great. I'm getting tons of yeses too.
I see a 3 from
And,
Simon.
and can you see my screen? Everyone just put a yes or a 1 if they can see my screen. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Okay, there's loads of yeses there. That's great.
Brilliant.
Okay, so now in the next 30 to 60 minutes, we're going to be giving you a demo of Captify's main features so that you can get the most out of this tool. So here's what we're going to be covering over the next sort of 30 minutes. First of all, we're going to give you a quick background into why we created Captify and how you can use it, what it's used for. And then we're going to jump straight into a live demo of all the core features and functionality. Then we're going to go through some of the key integrations that you have available to you, like Shopify, PayPal, your autoresponder, the ability to connect to webinars and so on. And then we're going to finish up with a live Q&A. So I hope that sounds good. And before we get going, I just want to see where you are with Captify. So who here has actually used Captify so far? I'm hoping it. Okay, that's good. So lots of you are already using Captify. And I know that a lot of you are also going to be familiar with our drag and drop builder from Engagify, which we launched earlier in the year. So that really brings me into the background to Captify and why did we launch Captify? Well, first of all, it's because it was Captify as a follow-up to Engagify, which now receives over 400,000 impressions per year. Per day. So basically, we knew when we created Engagify that we were onto something. And Engagify is a drag and drop pop-up creator. So I know that quite a few people who've got Captify bought it on the strength of Engagify, and we knew that with Engagify we had a tool that a lot of people are using from the fact that we can monitor the usage, and as I said, it's getting 400,000 impressions per day. We're also getting a lot of great feedback about Engagify. So here's just one of the comments that we got about the drag and drop builder, saying that they love the drag and drop functionality. It makes creating pages really easy to create and implement. And here's another comment we got about all the integrations that we have with Engagify, which basically allows you to connect to PayPal, Amazon, Teespring, Shopify, your autoresponder, and so on. So it's loads of it's fully integrated with all social media and all ways of selling online.
I think we've got John on the call. He just sent us a comment.
Oh, really?
Hey John, thanks for the testimonial.
Yeah. This is one of our favourite testimonials, so you'll probably see this a few times. So yeah, basically we knew that the functionality that we had with Engagify was really loved by all the users, and the drag and drop builder was getting a lot of getting a lot of great positive feedback about that. And then we started getting requests, can we take this functionality and these integrations that we've got with Engagify and turn them into a squeeze page builder? So a lot of people were asking, we want a squeeze page builder that can do the same sort of stuff as Engagify. So that's basically why we decided to create Captify. And here's another comment from someone who's got over 2,000 leads for one campaign using Engagify, which is the pop-up version of Captify. So Captify was born out of a lot of positive feedback we were getting on these types of features and this type of drag and drop builder. So we decided to build Captify, and everyone who's used this already knows it's a powerful and intuitive marketing page creator for creating squeeze pages and bridge pages that are focused around a particular call to action. So as you know, we sell Captify on the basis that it's got a class-leading drag-and-drop technology, meaning that it's completely free-form drag-and-drop technology. You can literally grab each element, and what you see is what you end up with. So as you're creating it, you're creating what your end users, what your potential customers are going to see as soon as you publish it. You can see what you're creating, what your end result's going to be as you're creating it. So that makes it incredibly intuitive. And as you also know, it's got a lot of different integrations and features, and this is what we're going to be going through today. So you can add social media buttons, geolocation features, you can add videos, audio, you can integrate with your t-shirt campaigns with the Teespring widget, you can earn commissions using PayPal, using the Amazon integration, or you can integrate PayPal. And we've also added a Shopify integration, so if you've got a Shopify store, you can connect your Shopify store to Captify. And you can also create multi-step campaigns which are more likely to convert, and we've got some templates already that are using this multi-step capability, which we know is a much better way to engage people and to get them to act on your message. And we've also got a lot of the standard marketing functionality like countdown timers and so on. And one of the main things we focused on with Captify is giving you the ability to create pages that convert. So as you can probably see, that the Captify is built around this idea of above the fold pages that are focused on a particular call to action. So it's not designed for long form sales pages, but it's designed for enhancing sales funnels or online stores or websites that you already have, and also for building lists and getting people into your funnels in the first place. So if you're looking for something for engaging people instantly and getting them to act on a particular message, then Captify is probably the best tool that you've got for doing that. So now let's dive into the live demo, because I know that's the reason most of you are here. So, don't want to end the webinar. I'm trying to get to my screen. Here we go. So I'm going to jump into a campaign and basically go through a lot of the core functionality now for Captify. So I'll actually go into this campaign here, which is the webinar campaign that I created. So you've already seen this campaign. It's one that you've already signed up for this webinar. So first of all, first thing you want to know really is that you'll get a tour. There's a tour when you first log in, so everyone who's not logged in yet and used it, you'll have a tour that will actually take you through all the features, but that's not actually showing for me because I've already used it. So I'd advise you, if you haven't seen that tour yet, and then go through that tour because it's a useful introduction.
Sorry, Tom. Just if someone wants a refresher with the tour, then you can actually click the question mark icon, which is just above the close button. If you can show them that, Tom.
Oh, just here. Yeah. So if you click that, it brings up the tour again, so you can actually just revisit that tour at any time. That's cool. So once you've been through the tour, then you'll get to start playing around with these different components. So we've got different text components, different media components, lots of different form types, and you can also create your own custom form. We've got social media buttons for Facebook and Twitter and Google+. Then we've got standard buttons for redirecting to different pages or different steps, and PayPal buttons. Then we've got a bunch of marketing functionality, such as the Amazon widget, ebook and computer screen designer. We've got a quiz poll. We can bring in polls if you've got the pro features, and Shopify widgets, Teespring, and a couple of Teespring features here. And then we've got an HTML code in the miscellaneous, and this is if you want to integrate other software. So perhaps, for example, Mint's app, for example, if you purchased that recently, can integrate that into Captify or indeed Engagifier using the HTML code here, or pull in an external website, countdown timers, and these a couple of design tools, layers and rulers. So that's just a brief overview of components. You've got loads of different widgets that you can just pull in, and it's literally a case of dragging an element in like so and dropping it on here to bring that component in. I'm just going to delete that one for now. So once you're dragging your components in, you'll notice that you're dragging them onto this container here, and this is what you're kind of working with, is this container. And as you can see, I can move the container around. So I've got my notifications on, and resize the container like this, like so, just using the drag and drop. So by dragging this corner. And so this is what you're dragging your elements into. And as you can see, there's this dotted line zone that I'm keeping the container within. And we call this the safe zone. This is the area that you're working within. This is so that you know everything within this zone is going to work on all screen sizes. So it'll work on tablets and small laptops and so on. So anything that you put outside of this zone, chances are it's going to not work on some devices. Okay. So next I want to show you the general page settings. So on the right hand side, so on the left hand side you've got all your components, all your design components, and then on the left hand side here you've got your settings. So if I just click off, so I'm not selecting any elements, this is my overall settings. So I can change my background image, so that can be an image, a plain color, or you can have a video background. So you'll see some of the templates using video backgrounds. And this one's got an image uploaded, and then you've got your overall settings, and I'm going to go into the exit box that you can add a bit later. You've also got entrance animations for the whole container, so you can have the container coming in or flashing in, for example. So settings also apply to the individual elements. So if I select any individual element, I can then change the settings for it. So I'm going to select the Captify logo here, and then I can change the settings here and add an entrance animation. I can add a bounce there, for example. And we've got plenty of different animations that you can add to all the different elements to draw attention. So the best way to use the animation, I'd say, is to use it sparingly to draw attention to one or two key elements on your page, because if you've got everything flashing and crashing around, it's going to end up working against you. So just using it on some of the key elements on your page, and also use the delays and the timing. So you can, for instance, you can add a button that appears after a few minutes if you've got a video playing and you want people to watch the video to a certain point or to the end before they act, so that they've taken your full message. Then you can add a delayed button, for example. So that's a good way that we've used it. Okay, so that's the different ways that you can edit the elements. There's also, you can change the colors of different sections, so of different components, and there's different settings for the different elements, obviously, but most of them will have a color element within the style settings, and then some animation settings. And for these ones here, they've got a type of you can change the shape. And then we've got the third tab is for the settings is an arrange tab, so you can actually change the position of each element to align them exactly using this. And actually, this is the size I'm changing here. So you can change the size and the height and the width exactly for each of these elements. You can also adjust the position exactly in this section here. And we've got front and back, so it's quite similar if you're familiar with PowerPoint. These are quite similar sort of settings that you'll get for arranging the different elements in PowerPoint. So with the text elements, the way you edit them is slightly different. You just double click on the text and it brings up a text overlay, and then you can change the font, highlight the text, and change the font or the style, the size, and the color through here, like so. So I just want to go into the steps now because that's a really cool feature, and I think multi-step campaigns are much more powerful than just a single campaign, especially if you're running it to a cold audience. So in this example here, we have actually got a multi-step. We've got a second step as a thank you page. But if we were running this to perhaps a cold audience, we'd maybe have a first step in front of this, but where we'd maybe have a poll question first to engage them first before we ask for the email. But because we're already doing it to you guys and you're already subscribers, you're already customers, we didn't feel the need to put a step in front. But if you're running it to an audience that doesn't know you, then maybe a step in front, where it's just a micro commitment, a simple clicking on a button, answering a poll question or something like that, may be a good idea to warm up your audience. So to create a step, it's just a case you can either use the plus button here, or you can just duplicate one of your existing steps using this little duplication button here. So I've just duplicated that second step, and I could then just use that as the template for my third step and move different elements around. And then you can have the buttons linking through to steps. So if I go to my first step and select this opt-in form, you'll see in the settings I've got what to do after submit is to go to the step 1 copy. I should have given that a better name, but that's the second step basically. It's the one that I've set it to go to that step when you register. So that's how you create steps. Very easy, just duplicate, or you can start from scratch. But it's, we recommend duplicating, especially if you've got a lot of the elements you're keeping the same, and it saves a lot of time just to duplicate the previous step and then modify. And there's some really creative ways you can use this. You can have buttons going back and forth between steps, so it's essentially like a mini funnel within your campaign.
Can I just pick up on a few of the questions that are coming in, Tom?
Yeah, sure.
Someone was asking about showing how to change colours. That's from Scott.
So change colours. Okay, so this is for each of the elements you've got the settings. I've just selected this bar here, and within the style settings you've got a colour there, so I could just change the colour for this element here, like so. And for the text, it's done within the box. So you double click on the text, then you can change the colour of the text, like this. There you
go. Okay. We've also got a question about Teespring and Amazon. Are we worth just quickly showing the marketing widgets for those?
Yeah, I'm going to go through the some of the integrations in a sec, actually. So yeah, so all of the integrations. I'll just quickly show you the mobile editor, and then I'll get into the different integrations that we've got. So I'm just previewing. I'll preview the first step here. So here's the first step previewed on mobile, and as you can see, you can actually take out different components because on mobile that space is more of a premium. You don't want there may be components that are not essential that you don't want on mobile. So in this case, I've actually taken out quite a lot of these components. All of these here. I've just unticked this, so they're all taken out. And it will auto take out some of the components, but it's a good idea to have a look at what it looks like on mobile before you put your campaign live, and then you can just drag these different elements around, move these different elements around to change the order. So if I want to move our images, for example, to up here. There we go. Let's take that out again. So it's that easy. You can just drag and drop the different components around to optimize it for mobile. Okay, so yeah, the integrations. So there's a number of different marketing integrations. So I'll just have a quick look at the Amazon one. Maybe I'll select a different template for this. Actually. Okay, so I've just got a blank canvas here. So with the Amazon widget, so it's dropped in here, and then you can put in your associate ID and select different categories to show different keywords.
I think you have to put a keyword before it finds anything.
Sorry?
I think you have to put the keyword in before it finds anything. Pretty sure.
I'm not sure if it needs your associate ID. Well, it's not connecting up at the moment. I'll have to look into why that's not putting it in.
It's because you put it on Amazon Instant Video. Go back to just standard Amazon.
Yeah, I've tried to. Try reloading it. Yeah, I'm not sure if the connection's working at the moment. Let's try another keyword.
Okay, I'll make a note that we need to look at this.
We'll have to look at the Amazon integration because for some reason it's not putting it in at the moment. The Teespring integration works. Let me just show you what with a template that's actually got a shirt. So you set up for Teespring. Oh well. Do we have any templates with Teespring shirts in?
Yeah, you've gone past a couple already. Yeah. There's one near the top. One with the 3 shirts there.
Okay. Okay, so this is using the Teespring widget, and this is literally just uses you take in the URL for your campaign and paste it into the settings here, and then it pulls in the shirt automatically from the Teespring campaign, and it takes away the background, so it's kind of optimized for looking nice in campaigns, and you can sort the shirts overlaying each other like this. So this is just 3 different Teespring campaigns that we set up as test campaigns, and it's just got the URL for each of them in the settings.
Yeah, John's just asking if we can use anything besides Teespring. I presume he means like Gear Bubble or Represent, I think is another one. The answer is not at the moment. It's just Teespring because we use their API to pull in the shirt image. I don't know. We did reach out to Don, didn't we, to see if he had a Gear Bubble API?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not
sure if they've
got things to look at. So,
but yeah, I mean, you could do this with other products. It's just you won't have that automatic integration like we've got with Teespring. But this is all this is really doing is putting in the image for you. So it's a nice quick way of setting it up. But you can, if you wanted to just upload an image of your, upload an image of your product instead, and then add a button that links through to it. then you could do that. It's just this is really just an easier way of doing it, a quicker way of doing it, but it's not the only way of doing it. So you could add an image here, for example, and then pull in an image of your product and do it like that.
Yeah.
So you can do it with other products. It's just if you know, so if it's just the Teespring integration makes it nice and quick and easy. But if you want to do it with sort of products from other platforms, then yes, you can. But you'd have to do it via the images instead.
Yeah, Mike's just asking a related question of how could you offer a 10% discount on an affiliate program or a Teespring campaign? Probably the best thing to do there would be to have an opt-in form at step 1, and basically make your offer there of if you want to get a 10% discount, then put your email in. A better call to action than that, but that's the general idea. And then on email submit, you would then link out to step 2, which has the actual discount code, and then a button from there to go to Teespring or any other e-commerce platform, so the person can check out and add that discount code.
Yeah. So if you're talking about sort of how you deliver it, then yeah, that's the best way to do it. I'd say is to have so these are the different steps that people get sent to from there, depending on which t-shirt they select. And yeah, a good way to do that would be to get their email and send them the code as an autoresponder. So another integration we've got is the Shopify one. So if you've got a Shopify store, you can put in different Shopify products. So let's just show it with this one here. Away. And then dragging this Shopify widget here, and you'll get a piece of HTML code from within Shopify, right, Stu?
Yeah, you need to install a Shopify app, which is a free app. We've got an FAQ post for that, which if anyone's unsure how to find that, then just put a support ticket into us and we should give them the link.
This is just the code that I get from our Shopify store. I'm just putting it within the settings here. And that's putting in our product, which is Captify. That way. So now I've got this linked into a Shopify store where I've got Captify selling in the store, and it's actually pulled in the Shopify buy button as well, and pulls in the information that's within your store. So if you want to use this for retargeting to people who visited your store to a specific offer page like this, and that's a good way that you can use this with Shopify. Also, if you've got Engagify, this also applies to Engagify, so you can add this to a pop-up and actually have it as a special pop-up that comes up when people hit a certain point within your store. So there's a few different ways you can use the Shopify integration. I think people would want to see the WordPress integration. So let's show it.
Just before you leave the builder, just to pick up on a few questions.
Yeah.
Let me just have a look through the list. So we've got someone asking about adding images. I guess we could share that quickly again.
Yeah, so adding images in the media section. You grab the image bit here and just drag it into your container. and then you double click on this and it will come up with, we've got a load of preset images that you can use, or you can upload one from your computer using the plus button here, or drag and drop one in. Or you can actually use a link as well to put it in from somewhere else. And then just insert your image. It'll be a new image on your, that will be stored within your account.
We've got another question just come in from Anthony about geo-targeting. I think we haven't shown that at all yet. It's a good one to show.
Okay, yeah, so I'll show that. Have we got a template that uses that at all?
Yes, we've got a few.
There we go, this one here. So this is using the country one. So there's 4 options. You can bring in the visitor city name, the country flag, country name, or zip code, and it uses the IP to work out someone's location and pulls it in, and it's most accurate at the country level, of course, and then it's kind of dependent on the internet infrastructure. But anyway, to put it in, you just pull in. Let's do it with a flag, because that's a bit more visual. To actually show the final thing. So that pulls in the flag from the country you're visiting from. So actually preview it. Yeah, so here we go. I'm in the UK, so it's showing it's pulling my country, United Kingdom, and there's the UK flag. It will just show to you in the builder as like this every time. It won't actually show you the final flag or the final country until you preview it. So it's just showing you the placeholder. Okay. So I think I'll show you the web. Sorry?
Just another couple of things. We've obviously got Ayub lurking in the background watching us. He said that the Amazon widget's actually working fine, but you need to add the Amazon ID.
Oh, so it doesn't actually get activated until you add the associate ID.
Yeah, that looks to be the case.
Okay.
So that
okay, so good. You need to add your associate ID in the settings, and then you can just filter on your keywords and categories for Amazon.
Yeah, and just before we exit the builder, we've got Yuri asking how do we edit our save templates?
How do you edit save templates?
Yeah.
Or how do you save something as a template? You mean?
Yeah, save something as a template, I guess. Is what he's asking.
Okay, so if I wanted to create a new template and then save it, rather than just clicking save here, if I wanted to save this as a template that I could then reuse, that would then be added to the template gallery, I could click here on the down arrow here, and then just click save as template. Then that will be a template that I could select in future.
Yeah, and you can also rename the template if you just go into the general settings for that page. I'm going to show that, Tom, like the container settings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's where you would save the template name. So you can find it easily back on the select template screen.
Cool. Okay, I'll just show you the WordPress integration, because I know it's something we've been asked about a few times. So I'm just exiting here. So this is obviously where you see the campaign results, and you've got your different variations. And if you've got Pro, then you can create clones for each of your variations and split test within each campaign. I'll just show you how to one of the publishing options. So I go to Pages, Integrations. So if I wanted to publish this on WordPress, we've got a WordPress plugin that you add to your WordPress site, and then the API code here. So I'm just going to grab that and head over to my WordPress site and add it in here. So that's grabbed my 3 pages that I've got linked to this particular account. I'm just going to save that. So I've already uploaded the plugin to this site, of course. So it's got this Captify tab here. It's got the settings where I've connected my API key. Now if I want to add a campaign, just a question of giving it a name and then pulling in the drop down which page I want. And there we go. I've actually recorded over the demo, the webinar demo. I forgot I was doing that. So my webinar page I've changed into this now, but here we go. This is now on the our WordPress site using the API and the plugin. We've also got iframe embed options, or you can just use the URL that you get from each of your campaigns. So I've also got this URL that's hosted on our domain, so we could just run it straight away using this URL here. And you can change the subdomain for your where you're hosting it here. So this is using the subdomain webinar. It's the one that I was using for our webinar invite. So you'd give your wishloop account a subdomain there. Okay, so there's one final integration I'd like to go into while we're here. Head back into the builder. Load up a new template. And this is within the general settings. I'd like to just show you the exit pop trigger. And I'll add an exit intent pop to this one. So we all know that exit pops make a big difference to your conversions, because these are people who are abandoning your page. So maybe you've got an opt-in page like this, and then if people are abandoning, you know that they're visitors that you're losing. So an exit pop's going to only increase your conversions. So and pull in one here. I'm just going to draw one from a list of ones that are connected to my account. And what that will mean is when I publish this page, it will have an exit pop when I leave. So to show you in action. So here's my new template I'm using. It should trigger my exit pop if I've done it correctly. I've done my settings correctly.
Yeah, you must have done something wrong there. Should have shown up.
Exit pop trigger none. Okay, I've not. I didn't add my trigger. I didn't save it or something. Let's try that again. So there we go. As I go to exit towards that tab, it's triggering the exit pop. So that's this is actually another integration, and this is pulling in from Engagefire. So if you've got Engagefire, and I know that quite a few of you guys already have Engagefire, you can integrate all your Engagefire campaigns with Captify. So I've got Engagefire. It should automatically already be on the same login as well. So you have the two softwares and the two builders sitting side by side, so you can create your pop-ups and your pages, your squeeze pages, within the same login and the same dashboard interface. So this is pulling in from all my Engagefire pop-ups.
Yeah, we're getting quite a few comments with people saying this is awesome. It's just a feature that we haven't really shown to anyone yet.
Yeah. So this can obviously make a big difference to your conversions. I think this is a good time actually to explain what we're planning on doing with Engagefire and Captify. There's basically these two softwares form a suite that we call wishloop, and that's obviously the domain that you guys log into is the wishloop.com. And we're now taking this as a proper SaaS that we're going to be charging a monthly subscription to access both the pop-up creator and the squeeze page creator as a suite, and then you can use the two together. But we'll be charging a monthly subscription going forward to access this software. So you guys have got a great deal in getting in at this point. And we're also actually offering for a limited time, we're also offering a chance to get in a really low price on Engagefire as well before we go to the monthly recurring billing. So if you guys want to, if you've not got Engagefire yet and you want to add that, you want to add this ability to create pop-ups that will also work on your Captify pages. And also with Engagefire, these pop-ups, these overlays that you create, they work on any website that you own or your client sites. So they're not just restricted to Captify. You can also put them on the WordPress site or any HTML site that you've got, and also use with Shopify, etc. So if you want to get into Engagefire, we've got a limited coupon that we'll put into the chat, link for that in a minute. But I think that's like all the core functionality and the integrations I've been through. So if you guys want to just ask more questions, and we'll try our best to answer any more questions now.
Yeah, let me just give me a moment to check that through. We've got Matt asking a question about Amplifier, which we haven't shown yet.
Yeah.
About having an exit button in addition to the countdown timer. I presume by that he means so it exits to the target side. Probably just worth you going through Amplifier quickly. Try and cover that question as we go through. Yeah,
right, so
that's what he's asking.
Okay, so I'm just adding it to Amplifier and I'm going to create a campaign here. So this is the URL that you put in your destination URL, so that this can be just do it for this. And we've got the bar position, so on each of the Amplifier campaigns. So what the idea is that this is our destination URL. This is where people are going to be heading to the shoe store, and we've got our Amplifier campaign. It's going to appear beforehand. Then we've got the bar with the countdown that you can set for however long you like before they get taken through to that page. And then you can add an extra bit of information to check out this offer or whatever. So at the moment we haven't got a link that actually takes you that can take you through before. That's something we could think about adding.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that Amplify is a bit of a work in progress, and if you've got any feedback on how you think we can improve it, then we certainly welcome that via support ticket. We can see about improving it based on what the users want, which is obviously a great way to do things.
Yeah, we're very much focused on building out this system as much as possible, and like I say, we're intending on taking this as a SaaS and it becoming the core part of our business. It's not just a product that we've launched and forgotten about. So yeah, we want to make it as good as it possibly can be. With this amplifier campaign, you can see it's given me the special link here. So I actually had the timer set for 3 minutes. I've also got my exit pop on it as well. That's pretty cool. So there we go. That will take me through to that site after 3 minutes. I probably should have set the timer for a bit shorter for this demo. Let me just do that again. I've just changed that to 10 seconds. There we go, it's changed to 10 seconds. I can change this message here, and it's pulling in our page there, and there we've got our opt-in. But yeah, we could add a link that could skip through to the page if you want. You could add there, but you know, like we said, it's not the final article. But also bear in mind that we've got a list of requests that we're working through. We can't do everything immediately, but we definitely take everyone's feedback on board. So, any more questions coming through, Stu?
Yeah, we've had quite a few questions about when are we going to be integrating with various autoresponders. You know, we've just got a long list of things like that to do.
Yeah.
Now the launch and the support and any bug fixes have kind of died down a little bit. You know, we can start looking at things like that over the next few weeks.
Yeah, so I saw a question about SendLane, and we've actually been in touch with Jimmy about that, and that's on our list to do. So yeah, at the moment we're integrated with, so the autoresponder section here is a link to MailChimp, GetResponse, iContact, Aweber, Campaign Monitor, Decoy, MadMini, GoToWebinar, Constant Contact, so Active Campaign, and of course you've also got HTML code. So if it's not on this list here, you can add in the HTML code for the form you get. So there's not going to be really any that you can't use with Captify or EngageFire.
Yeah, there's a question here about sharing on Facebook. Actually, there's quite a few about sharing on Facebook. I think they break down into two different categories. One is about creating Captify pages as a tab on Facebook, and the second is about actually sharing links to Captify pages and how do they control the text and images that are getting shared. So I think we can probably cover both of those fairly quickly, Tom. If you just go back to Captify pages and then click on any of them to go into the campaign page. Just click on edit. Yeah, and you'll see we've got the SEO and social tags there, the grey button.
Yeah. So here's your Facebook tags here.
So you can control the SEO settings for the title, the description, the image being used, meta keywords, and similarly for Facebook you can just control the text that's going to be shown when someone shares the link on Facebook. So they're pretty useful, certainly for if you've got a live campaign and you think people are going to be sharing the URL, then you want to be filling those in. Regarding
if you're doing an amplifier campaign, it will pull in the open graph settings for the destination URL, as long as they've got those settings. So if you're taking a store that's if you're using it with a site that even you don't own, it should pull in the tags for that site as long as they've got them set up.
Okay, quite a few people mentioning send reach, so I think we're going to have to move that up the priority list.
Right, cool.
We've got quite a few people using that. Got quite a few questions about the Engageify link, which we haven't put up yet. Let me drop that in.
We'll put that in a second. I saw a question about how you'll see it when if you've got both of them, and this is how it looks to me. So I've obviously got both accounts in this I've got both softwares in this account. So I've got my Engagefire campaigns here. So there's all the pop-ups, and they're all linked to, you can have them linked to different domains. And the builder itself is very similar. So once you get used to one builder, you'll be very used to the other. So it's loading up here. So this is, instead of a page, it's a pop-up that's created, and then once you've created it, you've just got you'll have settings for where you can decide where you want it to be targeted. So whether it's an exit pop-up or if it pops up after a certain number of seconds, or page close, or when scrolling, or you can even have it determined by hovering over. And then once you've created your engage fire campaigns, you can also, like I showed you, got that instant link up with your Captify campaign, so you can add your pop-ups to from engage fire to Captify campaigns, or you can integrate them with a WordPress site or whatever. So that's how it kind of looks when you've got both, got them sitting side by side.
Yeah, we've got another question about autoresponders. We actually didn't go into the settings for that.
Yeah, so shall I quickly show you? You've got the APIs here, where each one's got a slightly different process. So MailChimp, it's just a question of pasting in your API key, and then once you've got your lists synced up, you just save that, and then I'll head into a campaign and show you stuff. So into this here. And then when I click on my form, go to my settings, you can see you've got the option of HTML code or API. I select my API, I can then select my lists that will be synced up. So I've got a drop down of my lists that have been synced up through the API settings.
Yeah, so basically you can add your API key once to the central part of the dashboard, and then every time you create a new page or pop-up if you've got Engagifier, you can reuse the code. So it's not a case that you have to copy and paste every time.
Yeah.
So if you've got lots of different lists and you're running lots of different campaigns, then that's a massive time saver. Let me look through some of the other questions quickly. We've got a question here about, can we create mini sites with this? I think that's an interesting one.
Well, definitely we've seen some really creative ways that people use the steps. So the answer is yes. You can create some really cool campaigns using multi-steps, 4 or 5 step campaigns. You're taking people through a journey, and the benefit of that is that when you've got long form pages or traditional websites, you tend to lose control of your prospects, and if you want them to just perform a certain number of actions in a particular order, then this is a really good way to do it. So you create your first step where you maybe ask a question and have a couple of buttons or something. They click on that button, then that goes through to the second step. You can have buttons that take them back to the first step, and so on. So you can have it like a mini site, yeah. And we have seen some really cool uses like that as well.
Okay, we've got a question about the quiz widget as well. We haven't shown that.
Okay, yeah.
If I don't get to your questions, by the way, I'm getting a little bit overrun with the amount coming in, then please just submit it to the support desk. We can either cut a video for you. Part of the reason we wanted to have the webinar today was to kind of get a better sense of what the most frequently asked questions are. So we've got a priority list for training.
I just dragged in the poll widget here, and changed the text settings. So that right there, for example, change the button settings here, and you can also change. I think this is the most powerful part of it, really, is that you can change if you've got a multi-step feature. For example, maybe you've got a few different ebooks or lead magnets you want to give away in exchange for email, you start off by asking them what they're most interested in, and then redirect them to the second step, to the ebook that's most relevant to them. So that's what you'd be doing in this section here. So at the moment, I haven't got multiple steps, but in that place, I could select a different step for each answer within the settings here. That's a good way to use the poll functionality by combining it with multiple steps.
Okay, lots of questions coming about are we recording it. It's certainly showing me that we are recording it, so hopefully when I go to webinar does occasionally mess up and the recording doesn't record properly, but hopefully that won't be the case this time. Let me see what other questions we have. Special offer link again, that's just come in. If you want to show that on screen, Tom, while I check through these questions.
Have you posted it in the chat? Post it in the chat as well.
I have done, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got a couple of people asking about the timeline for us going to a monthly fee. Probably looking at within the next few weeks, really.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, a couple of people asking about affiliate schemes for that. It will be a separate scheme rather than through JBZoo.
Yeah, we haven't completely finalised that, but we'll have some kind of program for that. Let me just. So here's the link. If you can see my screen, it's link here, wishloop.com/offers/engagefire. So, any other questions coming through, Stu?
Yeah, I'm just looking. Yeah, for when I'm talking about the monthly fee, if you're already on board, then that's not going to apply to you. So main difference between Engagify and Captify, I think that's worth covering. You want to go over that, Tom, or carry on?
Well, yeah. But basically, Captify is for standalone pages, for standalone squeeze pages and mini squeeze funnels, and Engagify is for popovers and exit pops that go on existing pages. So like I showed you the pop-up that came onto that Captify page, that was using Engagify. So Engagify is for enhancing your existing pages, whereas Captify is for creating standalone pages.
Okay, I think we've covered most of it from what I can see.
Great. Well,
as I say, if there are any more questions, then the support desk is there for that.
Yeah, and we'll cut a video of anything that's more kind of technical for demoing, anything more technical. But if you want to check out the Engagify offer, we've got a coupon that's just exclusive to Captify users, Captify customers, and it's just you guys on the webinar that know about it at the moment. So if you want to check out the offer, there's a 50% discount right now. Cool.
Okay, have we got any final questions from anyone?
Can we use any t-shirt URL campaign? So you can use any t-shirt campaign. It doesn't have to, but you wouldn't be able to use the Teespring widget because that's spelling in from Teespring.
Okay, someone asking about Captify tabs, sorry, on Facebook tabs. Yeah, I mentioned that a minute ago. It's not possible at the moment, but it's something that we're going to look into. We have had quite a few people ask for that. Yeah, Jason's asking about any other software that's going to be coming in addition to Captify and Engagifier. That's an interesting one. At the moment we're going to start working on an ad builder next. So basically the idea there is that we'll have a kind of end-to-end solution for creating your ads within Engagifier. Obviously creating the landing page within Engagifier or within Captify. And website pop-ups as well, all on one system. So that's in the pipeline.
Yeah, so the idea is we're going to have it's all going to be under the wishloop suite. That's going to be our main SaaS, and that's our focus. And we're doing these launches, but our main focus is going to be developing our monthly SaaS with wishloop and enhancing this product and this SaaS that we're creating. So thanks everyone for coming along, and I'm glad that a lot of you are enjoying using it and using Captify, and I know that a lot of you are already starting to see results as well, and I know that everyone who's been using Engagifier as well is getting a ton of results. So keep using it, and thanks for your time. Did you want to add anything, Stu?
No, just yeah, thanks everyone for listening and joining us for this hour. And yeah, the support desk is there if you need us.
Great, I'll just leave this page open for a bit longer if you want to check out the offer on that URL.
Okay, thanks everyone. Speak soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.